Recently, I've had the displeasure of being made aware of a creature proudly claiming that no matter how much they screw up, AAA will always be king in the games industry, and that indies have no artistic value. Now, the first, unlike the second part of that statement, might not be 100% wrong, surprisingly enough, though maybe not for the reasons one would expect. All things in the AAA industry turn to ass. Welcome to the AAA Brainrot Theorem. And when I say they never do, I fucking mean it. It's ridiculous. But I am by no means here to call all of them bad. They can be very good, very well crafted, innovative, cutting edge even, but never truly complete and true to their core promise. Let's look at some examples. Monster Hunter World is the one that immediately jumps out to me. Good combat mechanics, beautiful world, but what does Monster Hunter promise look like to someone who has never played one of their games? To me, it looked like a slow burn grind game akin to Deep Rock Galactic or Warframe, and honestly I was surprised to find out that it wasn't. Despite having the soul of a grind game and using very similar design language, with very little side content, static maps and spawns, it encouraged a simple, straightforward playthrough, with very little incentive to replay things, and even discouraging off-classing from your main weapon by putting it behind the grind of quests with zero randomization, except for rewards, which happens to be the one place that could have used a little less randomness, to be honest. Since, for example, my friend that I played it with at the time found exactly one wyvern gem, or whatever it's called, throughout his playthrough, and as a result suffered from being underpowered in mid-game. Bear in mind that even if we discount any expectations of outsiders and newcomers toward the series, it still suffers from inventory bloat, unnecessary steps in crafting, it still discourages experimentation, and has lackluster post-game content. Continuing on the teardown of Monster Hunter, let's look at a game of theirs that I actually enjoyed a lot more. Monster Hunter Stories 2. A really good monster collector RPG, but it refused to hit its true potential as well, and it was so close. Betrayal number 1 is the betrayal of free team building. Free team building is a typical promise of a monster collector game. Instead, your 6th slot is occupied by red, scaly, less than useless Mr. Rathalas. Betrayal number 2 is not making multiplayer available in Overworld. It has a surprisingly limited multiplayer, which is, I think, is the main reason it didn't become especially popular, even though it deserved to be more popular. Lightning Round. Shadow of War. Nemesis system was great, but it sorely lacks more variety in possible randomizations, as well as some system that would allow you to build unique relationships with your orcs. They're just dummies as soon as you recruit them. Mario Makers. Both of them lack a lot of features from their source material, and despite starting a new subgenre, they are fairly limited. Dynasty Warriors, my beloved, all have their unique pitfalls. My favorite 4 lacks a proper post-game, and the Mediocre's 8 roguelite mode is a great idea, and it could have made the game fantastic, but turned out to be an absolute slop fest. Don't even get me started on Pokemon. In fact, it feels like Game Freak followed this advice exactly, and never even started trying to make a complete game, despite what the leaks might claim. I'm sure I could have given more examples, but these are the ones that jumped out to me. The one thing that is consistent about AAA releases is their refusal to become truly great. Point number 2. Dissociation of the fanbase from reality on the ground. Put simply, a fanbase of a series consistently refuses to see the series they are fans of as it actually is. They escape into their headcanon, they make elaborate theories, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it fits here as a symptom. They cry and scream for quality of life improvements, and then they buy the next product and completely ignore the fact that those are absent. They forgive the corporation for everything and get excited for the next product. These are the most passionate fan bases, and if they applied any standards to their franchises at all, they would be peerlessly admired by everyone. Many of them are endlessly creative, but they waste their creativity redeeming unworthy franchises. You all know them. These are your Pokemon, your Sonics, your World of Warcraft, and other such things. I'll even go further and say Warhammer, both video games and tabletop. Those who weren't ready to tolerate bullshit already left. Only the great tolerators stayed behind. And this tolerance of low quality ensures that the third part of the theorem comes to pass, completing this triforce of trash. That is, the great slide to the bottom. It doesn't matter how good the franchise originally was, be it fast or slow, or all AAA franchises consistently start losing their identity, suffer flanderization, optimization becomes less important, as people will buy it anyway. Why bother optimizing? And why bother fixing broken parts? People will buy it anyway. Consistent lore? Nope. Carefully sharpened art style? Heresy. Less content. More cosmetic DLC. Actually, let's make it pay to win as well while we're at it. And, of course, time gate everything. People love not being able to get something because it was only distributed a year before they even found out the game existed. Brother, it's a digital product. What the fuck do you mean, limited time only? How did we get here? But the neat thing is, there is no bottom. It can always get worse. So, the great slide goes on. Here be your Call of Duties, your Need for Speeds, and of course, Pokemon. I'm mentioning them a whole lot, huh? That's because they are the perfect example of the AAA Brainrot theorem. What can I say? It's impressive how well they fit the bill. They are what all AAA is aspiring to be. Like all living things evolve into crabs, so do all companies seek to evolve into Game Freak. Moral of the story? There is none. In a world of fantastic and incredibly varied, innovative, perfectly packaged, engaging indies, many still actively choose to exclusively play and worship the dull AAA slop. I suppose the shit-eater cult strikes again. Vote with your wallet, lads. See ya.